Hello, welcome. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome to today's episode. Today we are talking about the Scorpio New Moon. We're going to talk about the transits or aspects that are affecting this new moon. We're going to talk about the current vibe in the sky that's affecting this new moon. I also have horoscopes, and of course, I have some political, very small aspects, not aspects, part of this video. We're going to talk about the new moon for Kamala and Trump and how it will affect them. Also, I have my current events, okay? So if you're excited for this video, then thumbs up, please, okay? Show some liking to the work that I'm about to put out and do. I do a lot of work prepping this video and getting ready for my lives. And I mean, all my videos. I'm sure all YouTubers do. So please help out all the YouTubers out there and the people who do content and really put the work out, especially if you love the content. How can you not thumbs up? I used to watch videos all the time and actually loved it and never comment and never liked the videos, but I think back in those days it was okay just to actually watch the video. But now they want engagement. So, you already know the judge, but if you don't, this is me just repeating it. Also, I have some free stuff down in the link below if you are listening to this, because this is also a podcast that is on Spotify and wherever you listen to your podcast. But if you are listening to this, there is a link down below, and you can get a free reading if that's what you're into, or if you want to learn tarot, I have a free tool just for that. Now, yeah, so let's get started, and we are going to first talk about first current event we have. It's kind of exciting, guys. It's not exciting, but this is the first event that I have here, and it is the Central Park 5 member sue Trump for defamation after his debate comments on 1989 case. Now, what we do here, if you're new here, is I connect the stars in the sky, the astrology, to the current events. I also have predictions later on, so we can follow up with that. And I need to do that a little bit better on how I my predictions for some of these things. But here we go. Let's see what we have here for the first current event.
Kind of directing people toward you, and you were scared. You were at home. You're with your families. You're 16 years old. I mean, you brought this letter tonight that you got from an anonymous person. Could you just read it for me to share what someone said to you?
You know, I carry this with me as a reminder
I'm going to speed
that
it
I
up.
can't live in fear. I have to live full so that I can die empty. But this letter right here says, the Lord will punish Yusuf for what he did to that poor defenseless girl. And then directing their attention to my mother, you will also be punished for raising such an animal. He does not deserve to live, and neither do you. Folks sent this to us. They sent us letters like this. I have a whole billfold full of them. And it was all on the heels of that ad that Donald Trump placed in New York City's newspapers. Even folks like Pat Buchanan said, well, let's just take Corey Wise and hang him from a tree in Central Park. And he was urging us to do this by June 1st.
And they sent that to your house?
Yes.
I mean, it makes your stomach turn to think of you as a 16-year-old knowing you didn't do this, reading that.
So this is something of the past, okay? And it is being brought back up. Members of Central Park 5 sued Trump, former President Donald Trump, on Monday over false and defamatory statements they allege he made about their 1989 case due to a presidential debate last month. They are just now suing Trump. Now, this is interesting because it's Mars in Cancer, and the sign Mars is about fighting and conflict and war, and it's how you achieve things and how you pursue things. It's your drive and your ambition. It is in the sign Cancer. Cancer is the sign that is always looking back. It's not looking forward. That is one of the problems of Cancer. I'm a Cancer sun, so I feel like I have the right to say that. But they're always looking back. And when you have Mars in Cancer, here is a prime example of this energy looking back. And there is a lot of that happening. If you did not know, Mars in Cancer has brought a lot of things from people's past constantly coming up to hunt them, or they're fighting something from the past currently. Okay. Now, I did discuss this in a big video I did and it was on Mars. And I want to tell you that Mars already started the pre-shadow phase of retrograding and in the sign Cancer, and then it does move into Leo. But while this was happening, this was in the sign Cancer. November 4th is when it moves into Leo. November 4th is when it moves into Leo. So it'll be different problems and different fights to have, and that's so convenient because then Mars will be moving into a sign of fighting for presidency. So that is so perfect for what we have going on. I want to check my audio, make sure. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that is the first story, and I did, it's short, but I want you to understand that a lot of things from the past, a lot of people are going to fight, and this has nothing to do with Trump. This is just something I want you to understand, which I've explained with Mars and Cancer and what that is going to look like. A lot of people fighting about issues of the past, constantly looking back and not moving forward. I'm not saying he's just in any way. It's just that it's interesting that it's something from 1989 that is coming his way. Okay. Now, whether you agree with that, that is not my problem. That is more your problem. Okay. Let me share another. I'm trying not to say the next story that we have here is, oh, this is interesting. Okay, let me see. Where is it? What is it called? Is it called this? Is this what it is? Let's see. Oh no, that's not it. Well, maybe I didn't have it here. Hold on. Let me actually put it up. And I was going to talk about, well, it's not was. What I am, oh, so annoying. Hold on one second. It deleted itself. So let me see if I can add it now. The screen. There we go. There we go. Just patience and me trying to figure out my computer screen, but it also turned into a different thing here. Okay, so what we have here is Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay, I want you to understand what, if you don't know what's going on, if you're late or if you're just living under a rock, what people say, the former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries arrested on sex trafficking charges. Okay, let's listen to what they have here.
Similar allegations were made in a Tonight, the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jeffries, who built the teen clothing brand in part on racy and at times sexually suggestive advertising, stands accused of multiple federal charges for sex trafficking and interstate prostitution.
He was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure.
Similar allegations were made in a 2023 documentary.
I didn't feel safe to say no, or I don't feel comfortable with this. I didn't have control.
Though it's unclear if they were part of today's charges. According to the federal indictment, Jeffries, along with an employee and his romantic partner, employed coercive, fraudulent, and deceptive tactics to get men to attend sex events, both within the U.S. and overseas, including France, Morocco, and St. Bart's from 2008 to 2015.
They spent millions of dollars on a massive infrastructure to support this operation and maintain its secrecy.
Prosecutors say the men were paid and led to believe they could get modeling deals or career opportunities if they took part in sex acts.
Okay, so I think you get the gist of it. In the name of Jeffrey Epstein, we kind of know already what this is about, okay? And it's so interesting because he had a lot of ties to Jeffrey Epstein, which makes me have you understand Pluto in the sign Capricorn. Pluto currently is in the sign Capricorn, is at 29 degrees. I've discussed this several times, but if you're new here, welcome. We will repeat ourselves for the people in the back. And I have the patience for people to understand. Pluto in Capricorn is going to restructure any type of corporation. Even the government has a restructuring. Hence, when Trump became president, it kind of changed the way people were looking at government. I just want you to understand that is also a Pluto in Capricorn. But we also have the restructuring and transformation of any type of corporation, empower, infrastructure, increase accountability with ethical standards. Pluto reveals what's hidden, especially in the corporate scandals, and things come to surface, leading to a push for increased accountability and ethical standards. Also, you have consolidating of power and wealth that can happen. The rise of mega corporations, the rise of new corporate or CEO leaders like Elon Musk. He may be rising even more, especially with this 29 degree. It has an urgency to finish and end something. I do want you to know that 29 degrees is like, hurry up, hurry up. We have unfinished business before Pluto enters Aquarius, which is a whole different story. Now, but also with Pluto Aquarius, there is a focus on longevity and things long term, but a huge emphasis on power shifts and the fall of leaders. Pluto's energy often brings destruction before regeneration. And in Capricorn, that means that the fall of powerful leaders must happen because they're misusing their power or abusing their influences. And many CEOs and corporate leaders have faced public backlash and they resigned. Okay. And okay, let's get down to the list. Okay. Also there's my sweater is so itchy. You guys, I have this fur and the fur is actually anyway on my sleeve. Anyway, but so Nickelodeon was a part of this Pluto in Capricorn. I'm not sure if the head leader was in charge, but he was a CEO or a leader of something. And now you look at that corporation, Nickelodeon, a little bit different. Victoria's Secret, we talked about that in one of the current events in the past, but Victoria's Secret also was a big corporation and had ties with Jeffrey Epstein too, as well. Okay. Now, again, Epstein, he was a big corporation within himself. He was in charge of a lot of leaders, a lot of structure, elderly men, because Capricorn does represent the elderly men and their power of something, and Pluto represents power. Epstein, I feel like we're not going to get a closure on. Maybe there's something deeper with the astrology that needs a little bit more closing. But you see that they're trying to close all the other Epstein things happening because Victoria's Secret did come back. They transform the way they do things, but also kept some things the same, which you can have that with that Pluto and Capricorn. Capricorn doesn't really want to change things because it's traditional in some way. It is an earth sign, okay? Also, Balenciaga came to the stage, and the fashion houses, and the way people were looking at celebrities as well, because they could have some power, and there is an infrastructure of celebrities. And I think it will be even bigger as we enter Pluto and Aquarius, because Pluto also affects the sign that's opposing. And we'll get into that. Also, lastly, Diddy, right? Pluto and Capricorn, he was some type of CEO of something. You had all that stirring up. There'll be more tea into that when we into Aquarius, because I do think it affects celebrity as well. But before Pluto entered Aquarius, we had a lot of CEOs leaving their companies. Oh, also Russell Brand, a CEO, also stepped down, and the infrastructure of him and his businesses during Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so yeah, that is what we have for that current event. Now I'm going to bring to the stage another event here. Let's see what this next topic is. Let me know what you guys think, or any current events that I should bring up. Let me see, what do we have next? Oh, we have Kamala. Let me see, which one is this? Okay. Basically, Kamala had a townhouse meeting, and I am mad because another thing that is not here. She had a townhouse thing with whatchamacallit, Anderson Cooper. Let me actually put this up. I don't know where my things went, my links. But I'm sure we all know some of the stuff that she said, but I want you guys to hear it. Okay. So let me see. Takeaways. Yeah, maybe the takeaways, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let me pull up this window here so you guys can see. Why is that the default? That annoys me that is the default thing here. Okay, so let's play this.
Let's talk about this compromise bill that you want to pass if you're elected. You said that's going to be a priority. It includes $650 million in funding for the border wall. That's something Republicans wanted. That was part of the compromise. under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw is about 2%. And then when it came time for him to do a photo op, you know where he did it? In the part of the wall that President Obama built.
But you're agreeing
So
to a
come
bill
on.
that would earmark $650 million to continue building that wall.
I pledge that I am going to bring forward that bipartisan bill to further strengthen and secure our border. Yes, I am. And I'm going to work across the aisle to pass a comprehensive bill that deals with a broken immigration system. I think Jackson's question, part of it was to acknowledge that America has always had migration, but there needs to be a legal process for it. People have to earn it. And that's the point that I think is the most important point that can be made, which is we need a president who is grounded in common sense and practical outcomes. Like, let's just fix this thing. Let's just fix it. Why is there any ideological perspective on it? Let's just fix the problem.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I'm not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything. I just talked about that wall, right? We just talked about it. He didn't actually do much of anything.
But you do want to build some wall.
I want to strengthen our border.
Okay, well, that is what we have for that one. Now, I do want you to understand the astrology that I did discuss several times with this, but I will bring it back up for everyone to also understand what we have here. And I want you to really look at this sixth house energy here. And when you look at the sixth house, you see that this is what we have in the sky. This is Kamala. This is her chart, right? In the sky during this day that she had this town hall meeting, Mercury was conjunct Neptune. Now, I thought it would be a lot of confusion. Well, that is least to say some of the things that happen, okay? When Mercury is conjunct Neptune on anyone's chart, and everyone has Neptune, and when Mercury comes creeping on top of your Neptune, this can happen to you. Anytime there's a conjunctions, it's good and bad, but whatever it is, it's strong, okay? So the day that she had this town hall meeting with CNN, she had more negatives, I think, than the positive, because Neptune conjunct Mercury can also make you very intuitive if you're leaning it on a very positive way, but it also brings confusion. There's tendencies toward errors, misunderstandings. Also, there's wishful thinking because you're living in a cloud and a fogginess of an energy. Issues around honesty and clarity because there is this fog as well. And that is what you had. Now, Neptune also represents insecurities. And you can see that her public speaking and answering questions off cup is an insecurity that she has. And now she's giving a speech or asking questions or having a debate over the insecurities that she has. So didn't look good for her, being very honest, okay? And I am not for Kamala or for Trump, just letting you know, but I am an astrologer and I am an American. So there is that. So I am biased as an American. However, I'm not really in that much agreement with Kamala when she is speaking. I personally believe, this is out of astrology, that she is not the best speaker. I do, from astrology, know that J.D. Vance and Trump are better speakers because they have a lot of Gemini traits. Kamala does have a Gemini rising. However, it's just not in its best, okay? It's sitting here next to the sun, but it's separated in a house. I think that affects her, especially when you do whole sign readings. Sometimes, again, if you want to say it's not whole sign and it's conjunct, sometimes conjuncts are good or bad, and I find that it's not good for her. I find that she's very strategic in the way she speaks. I think that's why she did so good during the debates. She was very good because it was planned. Some say that she knew the questions. If you say that, that really works in her favor. She likes to have power and control. And I already talked about her having this Mercury in Scorpio, and it likes to have power and control and wants to control the environment and the things that they say. And it likes to be very strategic is what it likes to have. So the same things are going to be said over and over and over, and there's plan in the reactions and the speeches that she has. And also she has to keep up this public image, especially with Libra. There's an image that she likes to portray, and there you have these two, if you want to use it as a conjunction, and it comes off very not the best. Where Trump, if I just go to Trump real quick, and yeah, I just want to say this part is why the main reason, which I did talk about as a prediction, that she would have some problems with speaking. Okay, now I thought maybe some truths would be revealed, but maybe a truth is revealed. Maybe people are seeing that she is not great off the cuff with speaking. Maybe that, I don't know why that would be revealed. I feel like that is more than obvious already. Now, when you have Trump, and when you have him speaking, he is a Leo rising. He's already bold and courageous. He's already going to say and be his true, authentic self. It's in the first house. So he already is going to do that. And then the Gemini aspects, saying things out of the blue, being really good off of social media. And then he has this planet of luck. Him talking, him debating, it's all good. Now, is he a planner? Absolutely not. He likes to be very authentic and spontaneous. This is very mutable energy. He likes to be spontaneous when he is speaking. Now, his Mercury, I'm surprised. I don't know. I should already know his Mercury because that is the ruler. Where, oh, his Mercury's in Cancer. Ooh, that just makes me think of sensitive too. Very interesting. Also he could there's some secrets here too. But the Mercury is this energy to me, it's stronger when he's giving speeches, because he does have this stallion here, even though he has a stallion in Cancer. And then all this is what we see publicly, this power of leadership and aggressionness of being a leader and being his true authentic self. Anyway, but yeah, but I want to go back to Kamala, and I want to talk about Beyonce speaking. I don't know if any of you guys saw that Beyonce just spoke at one of her rallies, and yeah, some people said that they were getting booed. I saw a video of someone who went to the rally, and they were actually not a Kamala supporter, and they said she actually didn't get booed. They were actually booing the teleprompters and all that stuff. Just so you know. But let me show you. Let's talk about Beyonce, and let's see what we have here with Beyonce. Oh, commercial. The ad. Let me just, is this it? Yeah, Beyonce endorses. Okay. So while that ad is playing, which is annoying, okay, then I want you to, oh, is this it? No, still another ad, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay. What I want you to understand is that a lot of relationships are being involved with Kamala because she does have her Venus sitting in the 7th house. Now, the 7th house represents her open enemies, and it also represents her relationships. And I think there is a focus on who can help her, who does she know, who does she network with, all that. Okay, so here we have it here. Oh, it's in music. Okay, so I'm just going to mute it and play it. And we are going to say, has Beyonce ever been the opening act? I don't know. I do know that Beyonce spoke at her rally, and she did a speech. There were some people who were really not happy that she didn't sing and all that stuff. I mean, whatever. I don't know what they thought. And then they were saying that she was being booed. This was rallies are very chaotic. I don't, I think I want to go to one rally, but not one. It's just so intense. Anyway, Kelly Rowland spoke. No one even addressed Kelly Rowland in her speech. I actually didn't really listen to it. I actually fast forward to hear Beyonce. And Beyonce talked a lot about mom. And this whole rally, I don't know if it was just this rally, was about abortions and women's rights. And yeah, so that is something I want you to understand and see. I wish you can hear the speech, but whatever, we'll move on, because I want you to see what we have in the sky for her, because this correlation of mom, they are calling her Mama Kamala. I did discuss that before on the astrology and how that connects to that. I remember somebody said it was racist because they think Black women are always mom. I think she likes this. So, okay. So she's owning the Mama Mala, Kamala thing. Anyway, but what I want you to understand is that she has all these planets here in the commercials on that thing is distracting me. She has all these planets here in the 4th house, and the mama issue and women's rights, all that is really big for her in her campaign. It's part of her natal chart, and it's always going to be a part of something that she's really going to push. Even her talking about her mom, the past of her mom, and in my past, and I used to be a prosecutor. All her past things are constantly going to come up, just like Trump's ego. Okay. Kamala's, and that's where her Pluto is in that 4th house. So this is what she deems as powerful: women, the legacy, her past, and what she's done in the past. And he thinks he himself is powerful because that's where his Pluto is, just so you know. Now, celebrities have now joined the picture even more. And I think when Venus first entered this house is when Usher first came and said something for her. And they already had celebrities before, but now it's like really big. She has to put the relationships out there. Michelle Obama just spoke, and Michelle Obama is talking about also a former relationship. She's talking about women need to come out here and vote and disregard what the men are saying, or disregard men, and women are on the stage in regards to her relationships and what she has. Now, also, this is open enemies, okay? This is Kamala's chart. And when you're talking about open enemies, you're talking about Trump, okay? Now, when you're talking about Trump and Venus is in this house of open enemies, you're also talking about that this is going to benefit Trump. This is talking about his support, okay? Now, he has a lot of support. I don't care what you're viewing. If you're really paying attention to both of the sides, you can see that a lot of people the polls are higher for Trump. Even CNN going against Kamala and her this townhouse meeting she has is giving more support for Trump. Trump going on Joe Rogan, Trump going on all these things. There's more love for Trump currently right now. I know you don't want to believe it, but I'm telling you what the sky is saying, and I'm also seeing it with my own eyes, okay? Right now, her open enemy is having more love. This is natural attraction. This is also support. And the support for Trump is in this, for Kamala is with her open enemy, which is Trump. Now, this also represents her relationships, which she is getting people who are supporting her in her relationships. Yes, but the support is really going for Trump. And you see that. Now, if I just quickly talk about one last thing here, and we talk about actually Trump here, and then I'll go back to this account here. I wish I can just share more than one screen, so this could be easier, but whatever it is, I'm getting better here. Okay. So now we have 3-hour Rogan Trump interview reveals biggest mistake. Trump doing this Joe Rogan thing was huge for a lot of people. Okay. Republican president nominee Donald Trump 3-hour interview with America's #1 podcaster, Joe Rogan, has been released. In a wide-ranging sit down, the former president discusses everything from the biggest mistake of his White House tenure, what he told North Korea's leader, and whether extraterrestrial life exists. I listened to the whole podcast. I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan. Okay. So I am here for all that. He talked about things that I felt like I've heard before. I didn't hear anything new. He said his biggest mistake of his 2017-21 presidency was I picked a few people I shouldn't have picked. I think he said that well, let me see. Neocons are bad people, are disloyal people, he told Rogan, referring to neoconservatives, policymakers who champion an interventionist U.S. foreign policy. A guy like Kelly, who was a bully but a weak person. We know Trump has no problem firing people. Okay. Trump says he told Kim Jong-un go to the beach. I feel like none of this, well, maybe to me, it was nothing new. On 2020 election, I lost by like, I don't know. I didn't lose. And he talked about that. And he said he wanted to do a whole nother episode on that. And Joe Rogan's like, if you don't talk about this right now, so we can just finish this. And he said a few reasons. One of it was because they were pushing Russia, whatever. Anyway, the point is that he's getting more support. He's going to get more love, whether he's going to win or not. I told you I did my election prediction already, and I just to tell you, I think Kamala is going to win. And yeah, but he is getting more support. Whether Kamala is going to cheat, whether Kamala will get more votes, whatever it is, Trump currently has the support and the love. Naturally, it's attracting. It's naturally going towards him. He's naturally attracting it. Okay. Now, if I go back to the chart, because I do want to show you something else with Kamala here real quick. What you can see is that if we go to, remember I told you this represents Trump in Kamala's chart. Well, let's see what represents Kamala in Trump's chart. And what represents Kamala is this Pluto in Capricorn. It is going to go into Aquarius, and Pluto represents power, obsession of power, having power, okay, and control. And now it is stepping into the 7th house. And to me, this gives Kamala some power. His open enemy has power, okay? So regardless of all that stuff that I was saying, also to Mars in Cancer, it is hitting these planets. Look, Mars is also hitting his planet of support, which he is getting there. But also this planet is going to retrograde. It's going to affect his power retrograding, and it's going to affect all these planets retrograding as well during the election. Okay, no, that's not good for him. During while winning, it's not good for him. 12th house energy is also not good for Trump, because I mean, in one aspect, it is dealing with secrets. And maybe if you're dealing with the government and you're a president, you need to hold some secrets, but it shouldn't have Mars in the 12th house. Because Mars should be staying here, and you're winning and you're fighting and everyone's looking at you, and it's not going to go best for January during the inauguration. Okay. But that's going back into the video of what I'm saying. So that is kind of, let me see if we have any other current events. I talked about the 7th house. Yeah, so that is what we have for our current events. So now we are going to quickly talk about, even though we already talked about politics, but we're going to. Now, I want to bring up, I think first we talk about this new moon in Scorpio, and we'll see who it would kind of affect the most. Oh, you know what? We'll actually talk about Trump first, okay? And I'm going to bring back this chart here, and actually, let me maneuver some things here. Okay, so let's talk about Trump, and we are going to go to the new moon. Let me just set this up for the new moon here. So the new moon here, and it happens November 1st, just so you know. And I wanted to talk about the presidents first before we talk about the people running first. And this is Trump, and his new moon is happening in his 4th house. And when it happens in your 4th house, you're talking about your foundations, your home, your private life, your past. Could also represent a little bit about America, right? Now, I do want you to understand that this new moon, it has positive aspects, and I'll talk about us, the collective, horoscopes in a minute. But with Trump, it is squaring his Pluto, that planet of power in the sign Leo, planet of power and leadership. So there could be some emotional or psychological power struggles. And the 1st house is representing himself, his self-image, his public persona. So that Venus that I was talking about, it's there, but now this Mars, this Pluto is really affecting. And it seems like a stronger energy, especially when you're talking about your emotions and your ego with such a huge planet. You know, all of it is connected. All of it is effective. Okay. But when it's squaring, you're talking about a stronger foundation, and maybe there's some pressure there. There's obsession with power, or not letting things go, wanting to change others and not himself, ongoing emotional reactivity, very emotional energy connected to power, and it's not working in its best element. Okay, now new moons are usually positive, but when it's squaring his chart, it's not working the best. And when you're talking about Pluto, that's power. Scorpio, that's power. Leo wants to be the leader, and are both very fixed energy, very stubborn. Okay. Now, at the same time, this new moon in Scorpio, it is trining Mercury. Okay. Mercury, and the sun also is his ruling planet. So it's very important what the sun is doing and how it's aligned to the other planets in his chart. Okay. So I think this new moon in Scorpio is going to really affect Trump way bigger than it affects Kamala. But it is trining Mercury. Again, Mercury is the speeches, it's the debate. So that's going to work really well. And maybe he's going to talk about some transformative discussions, or maybe he's going to have some deep feelings, or some deep communications, or things that people really relate to. And he's relating to people and their feelings, or the collectives and their feelings, really listening to their emotions. There's penetrating insight, powerful, deep conversations or speeches. There's also maybe there could be some secrets that's revealed. Maybe that could be happening in a new light for him. Maybe for the person who shot him, I always think of Tupac, who shot me. Maybe that it could be revealed, because you are talking about 12th house things. Maybe that is going to be revealed. Who knows? But I'm just giving you all the things that this new moon could represent. Now, anytime you have a new moon, you are manifesting. Is this energy of starting a new cycle emotionally, and it happens for like 28 days. So that is what happens with Trump. That's what it looks like for Trump. That is the most that we have affecting him with just the new moon. I do want to tell you that Mars, Pluto is on top of his Venus. Okay, Mars is opposing Pluto. Pluto is in a house of health. It could be also in his day-to-day routines. All that is changing for him, and it's going to go into the house of relationships and open enemies, just so you know. But before, it's at this critical degree, 29 degrees. It's opposing his Mars, which is in the 12th house. This is more things that we cannot see. There's a transformation. There's something of power and aggression, or power struggles, and it's dealing with his 12th house. Usually that's something we can't see, is secrets, or it means an ending of some sort. And this also could represent an ending of Trump trying to be a leader. I'm just telling you what it could predict, right? Now, it is on top of this Venus. Venus could represent his wife. It could represent a secret lover. It could represent his support, the support that he secretly gets, okay? Money as well, finances, something dealing with law too, something long-term, because these two are conjunct, and this is sitting on top of Mars. Aggression is sitting on something long-term, or restriction of support, a restricted support as well. Okay. Yeah, but that is what we have for Trump. Now, this is something that's beyond just the new moon. Now, the new moon is the ruler of this Mars in Cancer. So we have that. At the same time, the new moon is ruled by Mars. Okay. There's a huge connection here to our emotions and our drive with this new moon, and especially with Trump, because he has a lot of aspects affecting this new moon. Okay. Just so you know. Now, when I talk about Kamala, and they're good and bad. Okay, there is a trine involved here. Conjunctions are good and bad. They're strong. And at the same time, there is a square with Pluto. So the new moon, look out with the new moon, and that is going to be November 1st for Trump. I'm thinking it might be something we can't see, because that Mars is in that 12th house. However, it's going to affect him the most. Now, if I talk about Kamala real quick, okay, when we look at Kamala's chart, the new moon is going to be in her 6th house. The 6th house it's more about, again, her day-to-day routine, also her health. This could be her trying to process information. Her processing information, because Mercury's in charge of that, and we know how the speeches went. Now it is conjunct again her speeches. Okay, maybe she's going to try to manifest being a better speaker. That would work out really well for her. Processing information, clearing out some things. This also is a very clearing out organization of some sort, organizing her campaign, organizing her leadership in some sort, or really just organizing in the way she speaks. What is going on? Organizing in the way she speaks. Okay. That could be happening, but it's something with the way she thinks, the way she speaks, maybe how she strategizes, or her sense of power. Oh my gosh. What the F? What? I want to say what. I'm just going to say what. Why? Okay. Hold on. I'm going to pause this real quick. I'm going to actually, maybe it's an emergency. Okay, just maybe. I'm not one to be a slave of my phone if you know me at all. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. It wasn't. It was a salesperson. That was aggressive. Oh my gosh, it was AAA. Okay, anyway. That the audacity. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay, so but the new moon conjunct Mercury, she may share some more information. Maybe something will come out in the limelight. She will be also able to listen. Now, remember, Trump had a Mercury thing too, but this is going to affect Kamala because her ruling. Actually, let me put the chart back up. Her ruling, how just disrespectful. Okay. Her ruling planet is Mercury, so it affects her a lot. Okay. Hence why this was a big deal for her because it affected her. Mercury is a big planet for her, is her ruling chart. And this is crazy. Now, the new moon in Scorpio on top of this Mercury, she could be more strategic than ever. I'm hoping it's not. Maybe she'll be more transformative in her communication. Maybe she'll have more power in communication, heightened intuition. Maybe it could be more mental clarity, releasing of some old mindsets and embracing some new perspectives. There could be some secrets that's revealed with her. Could be, or maybe it's something dealing with power or transformation of power or transformation. Embracing some honesty and some deepness could be happening for her as well. Someone gave out my number. Someone gave out my number. There. Okay. Okay, anyway, sorry for all the disruptions. Okay, so yeah, so that is what we have for the political things with all the interruptions. I am actually going to pull a card for Trump and Kamala. Okay, let's pull a card first for. I'm gonna have to turn my phone off. Let me see. Oh my gosh, what's going on, you guys? What spam? Who gave out my number? Okay, let me pull a card for Trump first. Trump is it says a new journey for Trump. It is the Fool card and it is a new journey. I'm going to pull an oracle card for Trump too. Let's see what we have. Opportunity, new journey. Now, a new journey, it would not be presidency, but if you are one to think that it's presidency, that can happen. We do have opportunity, and there is a moon here. So it makes me think that the emotions, this new moon is going to bring him new opportunities, something he's never experienced with. Okay. That Mars being aggressive, and he works really good with that aggression, is going to work really great with him. Let me pull a card for Kamala. And we have the Eight of Swords. With Kamala, she feels like she's imprisoned, or there's something that she cannot see or something she cannot say. Again, secrets here with that Scorpio. A Scorpio does represent mysteries. Let me pull an oracle card. Of love. Does she have a secret lover? Is a lover trying to not say something? Maybe it's the support of some sort coming her way. Blooms, flower is very positive, but yet it's something. It's entrapment in love, entrapment in her support. There's something here that she cannot say, and I wonder if it's with her supporters, or to her supporters, or to people she loves, or is it a love interest and there's a secret there, or maybe there will be a secret revealed about a lover of some sort. Let's see what that plays out to be. Okay. Yeah, so that is what we have for the politics. So yes, that I hope that answered some questions. If you guys didn't have questions, I hope you learned something from that. I am actually now going to I keep pressing the wrong buttons. I am going to be better at this, I promise. I actually want to get a word from our sponsor. And hold up one second. I do have a question for you guys. What is it that you like to see? Do you like me doing the current events? Do you want me to check some old things and bring it back up? Yeah, anyway, but here is, I got to play it back, a word for our sponsor. Why is it not? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Why is it not working? Here we go. I can't hear anything. In your life, why you may deep. Hello, my astrological lovers. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer, your favorite professional astrologer, matter of fact, dedicated to helping you unlock the secrets to your unique natal chart. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns repeat in your life? Why you may deeply connect with a certain person? Or what is your true calling meant to be in this lifetime? A full natal chart breakdown can provide profound insights into these questions and more. Your natal chart is a snapshot in the sky at the exact moment you were born, mapping out the positions of the planets in the sky and their influences on your unique personality, your strengths, your challenges, and your life's path. I will delve in each aspect of your chart, from your sun, your moon, your rising, and all the intricate interactions of planets and houses. This comprehensive analysis reveals your inherent talents, potential obstacles, and the lessons you are here to learn. Understanding your natal chart can provide psychological insights, helping you identify with your subconscious patterns and your emotional blocks. This knowledge is invaluable for your mental and emotional well-being, guiding you towards what you need to heal and grow. For just $150, and yes, I said the price, and some astrologers do not tell you the price, but I am here to tell you the price. This comprehensive breakdown is a great investment in yourself, comparable to multiple sessions with a therapist or even a life coach. However, this is different because this is your unique astrological perspective that can guide you for years to come. Plus, you'll always have a resource that you can always refer back to whenever you need guidance. Whether you are facing a challenging time or simply looking for direction, the insights from your natal chart can provide clarity and empower you to make informed decisions tailored specifically to you, providing insights for career, relationships, personal growth, and more. Invest in yourself and discover the wisdoms of the stars. Visit my website to purchase your full natal chart breakdown. Let's unlock your potential together. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this Scorpio new moon. It's going to happen November 1st. It's going to happen at 5:47 a.m. in LA time. I said yes, LA time, because I am in LA, okay? So yes, I'm going to bring up now the chart, bring it back up, and we are going to break down this new moon in Scorpio for us. I've already discussed it briefly with Kamala and Trump. So there's that. But with us, the new moon, the key themes for Scorpio energy is about rebirth and transformation, power, and things that are very taboo. So when you have the new moon, any type of moon energy added to it, it's dealing with our emotions, okay? So there could be a transformation and renewal and a rebirth of our emotional baggage, things we were holding on to, our emotions with things that are very outdated, like old layers that we have to strip away because we are giving a rebirth of our beliefs, our relationships, our personal habits. The new moon is ideal for setting intentions and letting go what no longer serves us, and welcome new growth and healing. There's emotional deepness too, embracing something that's more deep than the surface level and inviting to go within and examining your true feelings and acknowledging parts of ourselves that we probably had hidden or suppressed. because Scorpio is the dark side and the dark part, the underworld, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Now you can set some intentions. You can set intentions with any new moon. That's why new moons are so positive. So set your intentions. It's a great time to manifest. And when I get into the horoscopes, I can even help you narrow that down even more naturally, because God has created us to be connected to things without even reading it. You kind of just feel it. Not kind of, you do feel it. And when you feel the energy, you already naturally know what you're going to manifest on. Okay. It comes unconsciously, it comes within, because we're all connected. Okay. Anyway, but some people are like, no, I need you to tell me. I'm not that tapped in. Okay, so that's what I'm here for. Okay. But also with this new moon in Scorpio, there is power, there is personal strength, there is healing, releasing on wounds. Finances are dealing with Scorpio. Scorpio and Taurus are all about the finances, and they are all in that axle together. If you didn't know, here is Scorpio, what is opposing Scorpio, Taurus. And they relate, okay? And they both deal with finances, okay? One is shared finances, one is individual finances. But when we're dealing with the Scorpio new moon, it's really about shared finances, okay? Scorpio rules debts, taxes, loans, okay? And the new moon is a good time to set intentions related to investments, related to money, relating to will I get this loan? I want this loan. Will my taxes start to pay me back in taxes? Will I get my money back in taxes? All of that, okay? Reflecting on financial goals, especially if you're sharing with a partner or a business partner, and you want to secure something or a resource or get something, that especially works with that. Okay. Finding ways to transform your financial situation. Really big on that. Okay. Now, if you want to talk about rituals or any practices, you can reflect, journal, take a bath, take a shower, set your intentions, maybe put it in the water or say it while you're in the water, meditating, analyzing your dreams. All that is very water energy, and also is connected to the moon. Okay. Very huge on intention setting. However you want to set your intentions, whether you want to light a candle and say the intentions out loud, whether you want to be in a shower or be by the lake or put your feet in the water, and then set your intentions. All of that is going to work with the Scorpio new moon, okay? Ways to harness the Scorpio new moon energy is to reflect and set your intentions. Practice any shadow work, because Scorpio is great with any shadow work. Any work that's really dark and deep and you want some healing on it, it's going to work on that, okay? Engage in any spiritual or psychic or mystical practices, because it's a water sign. You're dealing with spirituality. You're dealing with things that are very untouchable, non-tangible kind of things. Really spiritual, emotional aspects, mystical things, tarot, astrology, crystals, Reiki, all that, okay, is connected to the Scorpio energy. Again, work on whatever no longer serves you. That works really good with this new moon. And also focus on emotional and financial boundaries. Okay. You can say things like, I release my past pain. I resent what holds me back from embracing who I am and my personal power. I welcome any transformation. I am like the phoenix in the sky. I am a snake who is shedding its old skin. Okay. And I allow myself to work in its truest power and my truest self. I set healthy boundaries to protect my emotional and financial well-being. I want to get this loan and work with my partner or my husband, or yes, for the empowerment of ourselves. Okay. I trust my ability to heal and rise stronger from any of my challenges. Okay. Now, I do want to tell you that this is in 9 degrees. Okay. 9 degrees is a Sagittarius degree. And if you're like, okay, what does that mean? The themes of this new moon, because we always have a Scorpio new moon, what makes it different? Well, it's the degree and also the aspects of the vibe in the sky. But one of the parts that makes this new moon different from all the other Scorpio new moons is that you're dealing with a 9 degree, and you're dealing with maybe even seeking a truth or a knowledge, or something that's really expansive and optimistic, or faith and religion. Humanitarian, adventurous aspect is added to this, in the sense of inspiration and being inspired. Okay. Now, it's also one to take on a lot, because it's very optimistic and there's a lot of faith with this. So be aware of that, but it's still positive. Okay. Now, because we are dealing with the sun in 9 degrees, you are very optimistic far as your personality and your ego and your drive. With the moon in 9 degrees, you could be very optimistic far as your emotions and being very adventurous. Now, 9 degrees also is dealing with freedom. So wanting your freedom and not wanting the boundaries or the limits of something could be happening with this. Now, it's also the Sabian symbol with this 9 degrees in Scorpio. And the Sabian is different from the Nikolai degrees. So I'm going to say both of the degrees, and you round up when you're dealing with the Sabian symbol. So it's going to be at 10 degrees in Scorpio, and it's about shared experiences and deep bonds. So not only are we dealing with expansive and optimism, but now you're also adding to this deepness of the Scorpio and this mystery of the Scorpio. Now you're adding on to deep, intimate relationships, okay? Emotional connections, shared experiences, deep bonds, intimate gatherings, okay? Nurturing relationships that are really meaningful to you. There's something nostalgia, but it's very deep, and it's reconnecting with familiar bonds or unforgotten bonds, and you're rekindling it. There's a sense of community and emotional unity, healing and transformation through connection, or maybe there's a spiritual or inner bond here. All that is going to it represents community and things that you guys relate on. Very positive. Okay, now another positive thing with this new moon is that it is trining Saturn. And when it trines Saturn, you're talking about Saturn is a planet of long term. Saturn is the planet of restrictions. Saturn is the planet of seriousness. Saturn is the planet of responsibility. And now you are going to be realistic, okay, with your emotions. So it's healthy self-control. There's responsibility and integrity with this new moon in Scorpio. Emotional grounding through hard work, because Saturn is going to bring the hard work and the diligency and details of things. And it's active, and there's self-monitoring, and there's self-observation that you're aware of, okay? Emotional maturity also is added to this new moon, and self-control. Very positive. I love when Saturn, because Saturn is a malefic planet, and I love when it's acting great. Okay, now they're both dealing with water signs, so again, the emotions and the intuition and the spirituality and things that are very unseen is very important with this new moon. Okay, all about your emotions and your feelings. Okay, so deep transformation, stability, resilience, maturity, practical spiritual growth, like realistic spiritual growth, commitment to healing, because Saturn is about commitment and long term, and intention setting that is going to last forever. Setting some intentions for the long term, not just for the present and the now. Okay, now what we have that is negative during this new moon is that we have the Mars opposing Pluto, and Mars is the ruler of this new moon, and it's in opposition to power. Okay, the moon is also in charge of this Mars, so I'm hoping that it counteracts each other. But when you have that Mars opposing Pluto, then you have power struggles and transformation. That 29 degree again is an urgency degree. It wants to quickly end something and close something. It has an urgency to push something, to address some unresolved issues, maybe in power dynamics. And when you have this, you're talking about brute force. Okay, someone is physically trying to force you to do something. Someone is very ruthless. Okay, overexertion, pushing too hard, very vulgar, and there's coarse sexuality also involved with this too. Do not go anywhere unsafe, especially with the new moon in Scorpio. They might help you with something with sexuality, because Scorpio is in charge of sexuality, and that Mars is the ruler of it. But I still wouldn't go anywhere unsafe, any dark places during the Scorpio new moon. Okay, stay indoors, stay where you're safe. Now, because we're talking about the degree, you may be more in an intimate setting with some close friends in your community, okay? But this energy is still here. I just want you to be aware of that, because it could be some emotional intensity, some potential for conflict, and breaking down of old structures, especially when you're talking about the collective, power struggles with the collective. Let's see what happens. You may be great, but on the news, there could be some power struggles here, and it has to hurry up and close something, okay? Boundaries, okay? Intensity, transformation, power struggles, all that's going to be involved. There's emotions involved with this, okay? And yeah, also someone's integrity could be on the line. Now, and I did say that Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, and so when you have that, there is this transformation, there is this authenticity, there's this realness, and there's defense of your home, protective of your home, looking in your past, also a lot of intuitive aspects and healing and compassion and love. Okay, so that is what we have just for the new moon alone. Now we are going to go into some horoscopes. But before we get into the horoscopes, I need you to like this video because I put in a lot of work. Or you just enjoyed astrology and you got a lot out of it already, please thumbs up and like this video. Okay, so now let's get into the horoscopes. I would please advise you to check your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. Why do you check all three? If you can, it will give you a more detailed reading for this new moon. Also, that is what you're going to get for your rising. Your sun, you're going to get what you're achieving physically, and that's the very external energy. And internally, what you're feeling and your emotions is what you get for your sun sign, okay? Now, for this new moon, we are going to start with Aries, and the new moon in Scorpio is going to be in your 8th house, Aries. And this new moon encourages you to set intentions about the finances and the money. Everything I said at the beginning of this video is about transformation, being emotionally, having the emotions of deafness. Okay, hold on. Actually, let me see if I could. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, Saturn is going to be in your 12th house. And when Saturn's in your 12th house, it's about pushing a release for some old baggage that is dealing with some emotions or something that's hidden, or maybe there's an ending of some sort, or maybe there is going to be a closure of something that is spirituality or spiritual or emotional for you. And that is what we have for your new moon in Scorpio. I'm going to pull a tarot card for you guys. Sit them here, and we have the Page of Swords. And for this new moon, it's all about communicating and saying something. Also, there's something new, and there's something probably you're very curious about. Okay, you're starting something, you're taking your time, you're moving slow. There could be a message come your way as well. Okay, that is what I have for you guys. I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, I forgot to put Aries on here, but yes, that's my Aries. Okay, Taurus, this is for you. This new moon in Scorpio. Actually, it annoys me. I need to put up the chart. Hold on. My thing makes me want to sing. I just want to certify is this. Anyway, okay. So new moon. Let me look up the chart here. Hold on one second. Okay. New moon. Oh. Okay. Who am I doing? Taurus. Okay, so the new moon is happening in your 7th house. Okay, I need to hold on one second. Need to what? Hold on. Hold on one second. What? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so okay, what was I doing? Taurus. That's annoying. Okay, Taurus, we have your new moon happening in the 7th house, and it's a focus on relationships. Okay, and this new moon is urging you to build a stronger connection or set boundaries that serve you long term. Saturn in the 11th house for you, and that suggests a need for responsibility with your friendships or your groups or something dealing with your hopes and futures. Okay, this is an excellent time to take commitment to partnerships or be romantic or professional with or maybe just be romantic or professional or something. Really having deep conversations or really getting beyond the surface within your relationships, or maybe an open enemy. Okay, releasing that power of trying to be fixated on power. Okay, also be aware of your support network behind you. Okay, we have the 7 of Wands. Okay, this is someone who is fighting the haters, so it makes me think that this could be Taurus, an open enemy that you have, and you're constantly fighting the haters, and maybe this is a time to walk away from that. Okay, yeah, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Geminis, this is for you. Geminis, the new moon in Scorpio is happening in your second house. And when you have that new moon in your second house, this is all about your health and your work, or maybe it's dealing with a pet. Are you clearing out and cleansing something? Okay. Daily routines may take a spotlight as the new moon encourages transformation, changes in how you take care of yourself and your responsibilities. That Saturn, which is trining this new moon, is in your 10th house. And this is all about your career. So this could be something about some coworkers and the power of coworkers and having power with coworkers in your work. And maybe something that is long-term that's going to be in the mix that solidifies your ambitions. Okay. Excellent time for creating lasting health conscious habits and aligning them with your career goals. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, money. And you see it has that butterfly, which represents transformation. So this is someone who could be making some money in the long term, okay? And you want to really think about your finances in regards to your career and your public image, because also this could be dealing with inheritance and getting some money with that, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers. This new moon in Scorpio is in your 5th house. And when we have it in your 5th house, it's about creativity and joy. It's a time to set intentions and your self-expression and your passion projects, a sense of self, you and your children. Are you in a romantic lover? Okay. Saturn is in that 9th house. And when it's in that 9th house, you are dealing with a broader perspective or new beliefs and philosophy, traveling, adventure, even like religion, maybe even something with law. Okay. And it's going to work really well with your self-expression or with children. This transit could support taking creative projects very seriously or lining up with your philosophical ideas. Okay. Use this energy to manifest some fun. Yeah, because this is all about fun for you. Okay. Now we have the 8 of Cups. You need to walk away from what no longer serves you emotionally. Okay. What is this negativity that you had regarding traveling? What is this negativity that you had regarding your philosophy in a bigger picture? Walk away from that negative energy and focus on some fun. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, I didn't say Cancers. Sorry, that was for my Cancers. Now we are doing my Leos. Leos, welcome to your reading. Okay, so this new moon in Scorpio is going to be in your 4th house. This is all about setting some intentions with your family, your past, your foundations, your mom, or what you deem safe. Okay. Even your ancestry. Saturn is in that 8th house and is in that deepness too. So it's very deep things happening for you. But this restriction with power or restriction with something that's very dark and deep is now working for you and is able to confront any deep emotional issues that you have, financial issues, maybe with your mom or with someone that you lived with. This is a powerful time to heal some family wounds, strengthen some bonds, and establish a sense of security that empowers you emotionally. Okay. Now you have the same opposition as Trump because you are Leo rising, and there's something that's dealing with some closing when it comes to that Mars at the 29th degree, and then you have it opposing your health or something dealing with work or your day-to-day habits. Okay. Now we have the 9 of Pentacles here, and here they look like they're being buried with finances here. Usually the 9 of Pentacles, it could be somewhat positive, but here I feel like you are buried with tangible items. Okay. Don't let it overconsume you here. If you see in this card that the pentacles are like taking him over and he's like, oh, I'm falling, it's just too much. Don't let the tangible and the materialism take over your life. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, this new moon is going to happen in your 3rd house and Saturn is in your 7th house. So new intentions with communication, your community, your siblings, your neighborhood, learning something new that you never learned, okay, and connecting with others. Saturn in that 7th house is all about relationships and having commitment and responsibilities with your partners. It doesn't have to be a loved one. It could be a partner in business or even an open enemy. Okay, this is ideal to solidify something with the relationships and be honest with your communication. Maybe there's something hidden that's going to be revealed, or maybe that's dealing with power struggles here, and it's going to really work out for you. Now Mars, okay, let me see in the chart. Mars is in your 11th house. So there's something with your friendships and your connections or science or your hopes and dreams. And there's some power struggles that you have with yourself and friendships. Okay. That could be happening for you. Now we have the 6 of Cups here, and there's something from your past that's coming up to the forefront here, especially with that Mars in Cancer. And it keeps coming up. It's something that's very nostalgic or something from your past or something that is very familiar for you. And it keeps coming up for you. And maybe you need to set some intentions on releasing that. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Libras, this new moon in Scorpio is in your 2nd house, and Saturn is trining that new moon in your 6th house. So this is about your finances or what you deem valuable or your self-worth, okay? And you need to set some abundance or manifest something very positive with that. Now, Saturn in that 6th house is bringing discipline far as your day-to-day work, your health, or restrictions in regards to your coworkers and setting some boundaries with that you cannot quite see. Is kind of confusing. Urging you to manage your resources in a very responsible way. Great time to establish some healthy relationships at work or healthy relationships with your money and create a sustainable long-term routine that enhances your well-being. Now we have the Page of Wands. This is the starting of having the fire and the drive. Okay, this is a message that could be coming your way far as being inspired or being passionate or being bold or being courageous. Also, there's also a curiosity happening here in regards to being courageous and being your true self. Okay. Yeah. So let's see how this plays out with you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, your new moon is happening in your 1st house, of course, and it's all about yourself and your identity and your personal goals and transformation and being deep. And with that, okay, things that are taboo personally with you. Now, Saturn is trining this, and this is in your 5th house of creativity, your self-expression. Again, an energy of you and having fun, even something that could be dealing with a romance or a child or children, okay? Your hobbies and your love life. Set intentions for a personal growth, expressing your true authentic self and committing goals that align with your way that you like to shine. Okay. Now you have Mars that is opposing Pluto for all my Scorpios. And that Mars is in that 9th house of how you what you believe and your higher learning. And there's some power struggles happening in communication. It's almost like the internet's not working and you're taking an online class. Okay. There could be something like that. It's not a disruptive power, but it's like restriction, like you have to have a paywall in order to take the class. Okay. But be aware of this conflict. And what we have for you is there's new opportunities in love. There's new opportunities in using your intuition. There's new opportunities with some spiritual beliefs here that can help expand that higher belief in that 9th house of Mars in the sign Cancer. Also with this new moon of self, there is new opportunities happening for you in regards for love, relationships, spirituality, creativity, compassion, healing. All that is happening for you. So set those intentions. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, all my Sagittarius risings and suns and moons, welcome to your reading. We have this new moon happening in your 12th house. This is all about a deep connection with yourself, your spirituality, your healing. Maybe there's a closure of something. Saturn is going to trine that new moon in your 4th house, and it suggests a serious focus of home, family, and emotional foundations. This is a wonderful time for inner work, releasing past issues, establishing a stronger emotional base. Focus on creating peace within your home and nurturing connections with your family, especially with that 4th house. Also, manifesting if you are trying to buy a home, because that could be happening and there's been some restrictions with that, and having that closure of being limited with that could be happening. Okay. Let me see what else we have for my new moons. We have the 9 of Swords. With the 9 of Swords, you've been losing sleep over something. And of course, this house does represent sleep. I want you to manifest of having some good sleep and having some closure over something, okay? The 9 of Swords are thoughts that are in your head and it's giving you some anxiety. And if you had the wisdom and if you had the love and if you had the compassion and if you had the awareness of really tapping into your intuition, you won't be losing sleep, okay? So if you're losing sleep and there's disruption in any of your sleep, be aware of that. I'm going to pull another card for you to help with this. Stand your ground, okay, and be strong and persevere. Do not let it go. Even if you have some anxiety, you're like, well, it didn't work today. No, keep the optimism, keep pushing, keep moving forward, okay? That was the 9 of Wands that I pulled for the second card. All right, I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns, this is for you. The new moon is happening in your 11th house. That is all about your social circles, your networks, your groups, friendships, long-term goals, your hopes and dreams, science, astrology. Manifest some power in that, okay, and being deep, and having some spiritual awareness with that. Okay. Also, is going to trine Saturn in that third house about communication, day-to-day travel, learning, your neighborhood, your community. Excellent time to align like-minded people in your community, like-minded people with your day-to-day travel, and make responsible decisions about your friendships and working on projects that foster collaboration, maybe in with your neighbors or your communication or your siblings. Okay. The sun is here. It's very bright for you, very optimistic. This is a very great card. It represents success and producing something, giving birth to something physically and mentally and spiritually, all that. And it's going to work out in your favor. So whatever you manifest, really create it because it's going to happen. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius, this is for you. This new moon in Scorpio is happening in your 10th house. Your 10th house is all about your public persona, your career. It's going to highlight your professional goals. Okay, Saturn is in that second house of what you value in your finances. So this is going to really work together. Your career, your public image, and how you are on stage, what you value in your finances. Okay, and being very disciplined and saving for long term. Okay, this is ideal time to focus on career advancement, financial stability, setting intentions for sustainable success that aligns with your core values. Let me put a card for you. We have the King of Swords. It's all about being honest. People are looking at you. You are the master. You're the authority of logic. You're the authority of truth. You're the authority of communication and getting things done for as when it comes to words. Okay. The emails, writing things down, writing a book, publishing a book, creating a book, creating the truth, research, all that comes with the air energy and networking and socializing. Huge communication part and huge logic. So work on that in this manifestation. And you are Aquarius rising, so you're very aware of this energy already. Use what you are naturally and manifest some power. Okay. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces, this Scorpio new moon is happening in your 9th house. There's expansion and things and adventure and traveling and learning and broadening your horizons. Now, the Saturn is happening in your first house of you. There's been restrictions on yourself, but now it's time to have some discipline and it's aligning with this self-image and being deep, okay, and expanding at the same time. So like new study and it works for the long term for yourself, okay, and traveling and spiritual journey, and it aligns with your authentic self. Okay. Aim for growth in both expansion and realistic energy. Okay. We have the star card, very positive. This is someone who is thinking about their hopes and dreams in their future. Okay. They are thinking about astrology and science and are having faith and their spirituality connected to this. Very, very positive card. Also, usually in a star card, she's naked. So she's being very honest, what you need with this Scorpio energy. Be your true, authentic self. Bear it all at the same time. Think about your hopes and dreams in the future. All right. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Sorry for all the disruptions if you're watching this live, but it is what it is. This is live, and I am a mom, and there's plenty of calls happening from my kids. That's what I just found out. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye.